surprising babe with the new fruit tree.
Welcome to Supreme Family Garden. We are here with Mr. Dennis from Excalibur.
Yeah, this is Excalibur fruit trees. We're in unincorporated Lake Worth, 5200 Fernley Road, Lake Worth, Florida, 33467. And just had these customers come by. They bought a 3-gallon Alano sapodilla, very nice fruit tree, very sweet, and a 7-gallon custard apple, Nona reticulata is the scientific name. And basically we sell our trees for, it's around $10 a gallon is what I tell people. So a 3-gallon is $35, 7-gallon 65, a 15 is $150, and it just kind of goes up from there in various sizes.
And how are the care for the trees and
These are pretty easy. You just want to make sure to water, and we'll give you instructions on how to plant it, how to water it, how to fertilize it. If it needs spraying, we'll tell you on the instruction sheet. But basically, these plants are pretty easy to take care of. The only ones we really have to worry about is citrus. Citrus, we do sell citrus here, but it does take more maintenance and care.
How about the temperature? Like, what's the lowest these trees will
Well,
survive?
these trees are not that cold sensitive, I don't believe, but I mean, you still want to stay above freezing if you can. If it gets anywhere close to freezing, you're going to want to cover them, put a light in there. If it's going to stay below, zero or below freezing for more than a day, you definitely have to cover them up and take care of them. So most of our trees here are tropical or subtropical. There's a few trees that probably won't grow much farther north than where we're at here right now. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yeah, so this is just one lot out of, I think he's got like 4 lots actually. These are 15-gallon mangoes on the right. And we have some larger 45, 65, 100. Different kinds of, lots of different kinds of mangoes. And carambolas are right up here in the lot. Like somebody's been out here, not a picture for you. The one thing about carambolas is you can't pick them green and expect them to ripen. So you got to pick them ripe off the tree. Yeah, I think they're not climbing up here, but we should still be able to find some.
Oh, we're getting out.
You know what? We should have brought a picker. Because some of the better ones are in the top.
Oh.
Hello guys, Supreme Family Garden here, and my wife and kids bought me this beautiful custard apple plant. Now this tree actually I'm going to keep probably over in my garage because this does not take the cold at all. So what I actually do and what I would recommend to anyone buying a tree like this, say mangoes, and you guys live in colder climates, what I do is at night, I'll bring this tree outside because the front of my house, the front door is right there, and I let it absorb a little bit of cold for say an hour, and then I bring it back in. So what happens with that, as this tree actually grows, it's used to that cold, and it doesn't go into shock as much, because that's, I think, 70% of why a lot of these subtropical plants don't make it, because, again, like with us, if someone threw us into a glacier of water, a big body of ice water, our bodies go into shock. It's the same with these trees. We got to kind of ease into it, warm up to it. And that's what I do with a lot of my trees. And so far, like I have a mango tree behind my garage, I did the same thing with that. I kept it in a pot for probably like say a year. And then, at night, I would actually take it outside a little bit just to, let it feel my temperature, let it adjust to my climate. So that's what I'm going to do with this baby. And again, it's kind of a leggy tree, but from what I was reading, that they're not the most attractive trees. And Isn't that the truth? Because this is one little leggy thing. And now my wife has some ginger she planted in my pot back there. Got my pot looking all kinds of ugly.
The custard apple is also known as sweet sop or sugar apples, which are mainly grown in the tropics. In Florida, sugar apples production is restricted to warm locations along the lower southeast and southwest coasts. However, home landscape trees may be found along the southeastern shores of Lake Okeechobee and in warm, protected locations along the lower east and west coast. The description of the tree, they are small, open, spreading to upright trees with long, slender branches, rarely exceeding 15 to 20 feet in height and spread. Again, thank you for watching. This is Supreme Family Garden.
Yeah, I think that's a nice picture.
Not really. Well, I take that back. He does have it, but they're different than the hibiscus you're probably used to. It's a dwarf variety. We might have some out here. Let me see if they're still out there. Are you thinking hibiscus to like make tea from and stuff like that, or?
No,